Hello, Joanne. I have always wanted to ask you this. You are known for the soft-spoken voice. What is it like when you meet people, you introduce yourself, and you tell them you're a fighter?
For the first few years of my career, I didn't usually tell anyone. It wouldn't come out until later because I knew people would kind of judge me by my kind of soft voice. So, but now I'm happy in my skin and my voice, if you want to say. And now I just end up having to say when they say no, you're not. I would just be like, oh, go YouTube or go Google me.
I hear you. I guess, how would you like the idea of, hey, you're probably going to be the most soft-spoken UFC fighter and UFC champion possibly in history?
I'll take that record. It's pretty cool. It makes me unique.
On Instagram, you are one bad mofo Jojo. If you were to fight another girl for a women's BMF title, who would it be against and why?
Uh, I guess we could say most of the girls in the UFC are all bad mofos, so uh, I guess we could put it up to the fans to see who they would like. I would be happy to fight anyone.
You talked about wanting to stay active and everything else. That's why you took this fight, even though you had the title shot locked in. Was there something specifically about the matchup with Jennifer that appealed to you, or was it just any opponent you would have taken them, even short notice?
You could say the appeal was that we just said to the UFC, Beckett, we're taking a fight before the title fight, and then the next day, just just happened that Jennifer's opponent had pulled out, so they came back with that. So it just kind of everything rolled into place, and I feel like that was the appeal for me. I was like saw it as a sign and rolled with it.
I see on Instagram, it seems like you and the girls at Syndicate are having quite a lot of fun as you guys are all preparing for your fights. We're hearing about Vegas, like the situation being up and down. What is the mood like over there at the gym? Because obviously you guys want to stay busy, but I'm assuming there's a little bit of stress about things changing with the situation.
Yeah, this is what I've always wanted for my career. I've always wanted to have a group of girls that have the same goal as me. They come into the gym and they want to get better. No egos, no, just there to get better and have a little bit of fun at the same time, but also being serious. I love, right now we've got a really good thing going, the Cindy Chicks, as we're called. And there's always now, like when I first came, it was great. We had a few girls, but now it's like you can't go, you can't go with everyone. So there's so many of us now, and it's just really good. And they're great girls. They bring a really good energy to the team. So I'm grateful for that, and they work hard and beat me up. But the mood is really good now. We have a good few of us that have fights coming up. Obviously, we are a little bit nervous with the gym getting closed down again, but that the good thing about being MMA fighters, we're good at adapting, and we kind of have to. So we're ready for anything.
Final one from me. We know that Valentina's got to be watching on Saturday. Do you have a message for the champion?
Uh, just enjoy the fight, and I'm not really focusing on her right now. I hope she gets better. I've always been looking out for her to see her at the PI because I know she's sometimes in town. So I hope she gets a fast recovery and gets back. I know she's back training, but I hope she gets back in the octagon soon. I'm sure she's looking forward to that, and hopefully I'll be next, and she'll still want to fight me after Saturday night.
Thanks, Jojo.
Next question is from Nolan King with MMA Junkie.
Thing again.
Hey Jojo, I appreciate the time. Just going off of what you said a couple of answers ago, where you said that you kind of told the UFC you wanted to fight again before the title shot. I don't think a lot of fighters in your position would necessarily do that. So can you explain the thought process behind that and why you made that decision?
Well, pretty much from the get-go, I got into MMA because I was at the point of my Muay Thai career where I couldn't get a fight. And for me, I've always just wanted to stay active. And for me, that's good, And I think that's the same for every fighter, As soon as we're done on a Saturday night or whenever we fight, we're always looking to the next one. There's a lot of emotions go through the camp, but by the end of it, after your fight, you're always like, okay, when's the next one? And for me, I was just, there was we were training for Valentina and then it got put back and then it got put back again. And I guess the frustration in me, I was just not getting anything out of, I was enjoying training, I was getting better and stuff, but I was like itching to get back at letting that killer instinct out of me. So I feel like I just wanted to get in there and fight. I had this kind of burning energy that I wanted to get out. And also with the crazy times that are going on right now, I'm just like, I just want to go out there and I have the opportunity to do it. I'm healthy. I don't have any injuries, so that's also plays on fighters' minds when we're doing this as a job and full time, full contact. You're like, I could get injured and then that could put me out for a few months. So that was also in the back of my mind.
And Jennifer Maia, what do you like about the matchup? Obviously, you like something, or you wouldn't have jumped in and taken a short notice opportunity. So kind of analyze the matchup for me and tell me why you like this one.
I'm not really the best analyst. I've saw her fight a few times, watched some tape. I leave that to my coaches and training partners. When I have watched her, I know she's a great stand-up kind of brawler. So I'm looking forward to that matchup because obviously I like striking. Uh, there's obviously a game plan, but I'm just there to show up and listen and see what she gives me. She's very tough going by her record. She goes a lot to decision, so I know I'm in for a tough fight, but she's top 10, she's number 6, so I know she's no joke, and I just want to be fighting the best.
Last one for me. Usually this will be the part of the line of questioning where I'd say, "Hey, do you think with the win you'll get a title shot?" But you were kind of already in that position. So do you feel like that this just really solidifies you? Like, the UFC won't necessarily pivot and go in a different direction or anything like that. That this will really solidify your spot as the number one contender.
It's sad to say, you just never know. That's out of my control, and I know I took a risk taking this fight, but for me it made sense, and I know I'll be ready. Win on Saturday, and then I'll be ready to, wait. If she's coming back in November, I'll definitely wait for that title shot if UFC will let me have it.
Great. Thanks, Jojo. Appreciate the time.
Thanks.
Next question is from Damon Martin with MMA Fighting.
Jojo, every fight in the UFC is obviously risk versus reward, and taking a fight rather than sitting and waiting for the title shot is understandable in certain cases. But why were you willing to take a fight on extremely short notice? Because maybe you take a fight in September, you have a little bit more time to prepare. This seems like even a riskier situation, taking a fight on very short notice.
For sure, I feel like I'm at the point of my career that I train consistently. My weight's good, my mindset's good, and I feel like all those, if your balls are on if the ball's in your court, then why not? I feel like I've got nothing to lose because I have been training and I have been staying up with my nutrition, and yeah, so I feel like I'm ready to go, and it's good to be at that point in your career because you never know what opportunity can come up, and I feel like this is a great opportunity for me.
When you had the title shot a couple of months ago, and then, Valentina had the surgery and you knew she was going to be out, I had heard originally when I spoke to her, August, September is what she said. We all kind of assumed that would be the title fight. Then you take this fight. Can you kind of give me an idea of the mindset shift going from like the excitement of a title fight, the disappointment of waiting for her, and now going to Jennifer Maia, who very tough opponent, but it's not a title fight.
It's a lot, and I feel like I'm trying not to look too much into it because I know I have a tough fight ahead of me. But I'm in a happy place. I'm excited. I know times are tough right now, and there's not a lot of people that are getting to work out there. And I feel like I'm in a good spot, and I feel really grateful for that I can go out there and earn some money. I can get some experience in the octagon. It's been coming up in a year since the last time I fought, and I just miss that. I miss all the emotions, and it can get alienated to you that you've not done it in so long. So I feel like for me, I've made a good decision because I don't want to be going in against the best girl in the division, feeling like, oh geez, it's been so long since I know what fight week feels like, and getting ready and getting your hands wrapped and being in that moment. And then the other thing is that octagon time is very important.
We know there are no guarantees in this sport, as you said already. There's nothing that, there's no contract in front of you saying you win on Saturday night and you automatically get Valentina. But do you feel like this is an opportunity to kind of remind people of what you can do and who you are? Because the longer you sit out, the less people kind of think about you. And unfortunately, we are a sport built on what have you done for me lately. Do you feel like you kind of just solidify yourself as that true number one contender with a win?
Yeah, for sure. This sport is very, people only remember who just fought at the weekend there, and I feel like that also was part of me wanting to get back in there because there's flyweights out there that are on to their second and third fight now, and I've been out for a year, and yeah, I get it. I'm in a great position and great opportunity ahead of me, but at the same time, I'm not getting paid, and people aren't thinking I'm relevant to the spot. So I want to go out there and for myself prove to myself and to the fans as well, and I want to stay active, and for me I know that's the best thing for me.
Last question from me, JoJo. This is something out of your control, but it's hard not to ask about it, which is Jennifer Maia's weight. She's missed weight her last two fights, ended up going into a catch weight. Of course, she lost to Caitlin Chukagian. There's no shame in that, but is there a concern about that? Is that something you've discussed with your team or with the UFC to make sure she's on weight? Or because again, that is, there's no way to shape it any other way to say it would be an advantage for her if she doesn't make weight.
Yeah, the only concern to me is the whole myth about everyone that misses weight always wins. So, but hopefully I would be able to prove that wrong. And to be honest, I think she's not fought for nearly a year now, so I think she'll probably have got her shit together, and by the looks of it, everyone's saying she's looking in shape. So I trust she's got her shit together and she's going to make weight and prove
Thank you,
everyone
JoJo.
wrong.
Thank you, JoJo.
Thank you.
That's all we have for you today, Jojo. Thank you.
Yay, thank you.